by 9 points on the road to a woeful Boston College team. And he said some things after that game that I'm going to talk about in my last segment of the show, bruh, for real. But I digress. So after that Boston College loss, the NC State Wolfpack, they come home to play Georgia Tech. Lose to Georgia Tech by, trailing by as many as 15 points against Georgia Tech, and lose to a Georgia Tech team that lost to Duke by 50 points. But, I guess it's all well in love and basketball, because NC State lost by 51, Georgia Tech lost by 50. So the matchup of teams who have lost by 50 and the winner is Georgia Tech. Like, it's ridiculous, man. Mark Gottfried, your seat right now is resting on the equator in Raleigh. You're on the hot seat, my friend. And I'm not one to call for the firing of people, because I'm just a talking head. I don't make any decisions on that. But I mean, your act is wearing thin in Raleigh, my friend. Now, the lone bright spot for the NC State Wolfpack is freshman point guard Dennis Smith Jr., second in the country in freshman scoring at about 19 points a game. He had 31 points in the loss to Georgia Tech, so that average will go up, but Dennis Smith Jr. can't do it by himself. NC State is a guard-heavy team. We need you to play better. If you are an NC State big man, BJ Anya, Malika Boo, Ted Capita, Omir Yurtseven, you got to play better. And the other guards need to play better as well for NC State. Torrin Dorn, you got to play better, my friend. Markel Johnson, you are a freshman. But you got to play better, man. You're playing heavy minutes. We need the scoring. We need scoring off the bench from you. And Terry Henderson, you're a senior. You definitely have to play better. You got to show up, brother. So NC State has some soul searching to do. And most notably, Mark Gottfried has some soul searching to do, because your seat right now, it's been doused with gasoline, and it is definitely on fire. So moving on to the Duke Blue Devils. Now, Duke is without Coach K for about 4 to 6 weeks, had back surgery. So they are being led by Jeff Capel. And Duke is struggling right now, too. Duke is 0-2 under Jeff Capel. Had a road loss at FSU and also a road loss at Louisville. Now, Duke, their main problem, just like NC State, I didn't really get into it about NC State, but Duke's main problem is defense. Duke's defense is lacking, to say the least. Now, they have plenty of scoring options. Grayson Allen, Luke Kennard, Jason Tatum. Harry Giles is trying to work his way back from that knee injury. But Duke recently lost senior Emil Jefferson, who is out right now with a foot injury. And I think that loss is really hurting Duke on the defensive end, because Emil Jefferson is a quality senior in college basketball. So, Coach K he's not coming back anytime soon, man. It's another couple weeks before Coach K comes back. So Duke has to find a way to right their ship. And, before things get out of hand in Durham, man. But they have a talented roster. They should figure it out. Coach Capel has been a head coach before at VCU and at Oklahoma, so he should figure it out. I'm not too worried about Duke. And over in Chapel Hill, Roy Williams has his Tar Heels playing very well. The Tar Heels are playing good basketball. Joel Berry II right now, early in the season, is my pick for ACC Player of the Year. And their big men are actually playing good. Isaiah Hicks, Kennedy Meeks, they play good. Theo Pinson is back from his injury. Justin Jackson is balling right now. So, Carolina is actually playing by far the best basketball out of the 3 teams in the triangle. So kudos to Roy Williams. Kudos to the UNC Tar Heels, man. They are stepping it up in a major way. And that pains me to say it, because, as you know, I'm not the huge... I'm not a huge UNC fan. I'm not a UNC fan at all. But, I got to give respect where respect is due, give credit where credit is due. Roy Williams has the Tar Heels playing really good basketball right now. And, I see UNC really contending for that ACC championship, man. But Duke and NC State, you got some work to do. You really got some work to do, man. Switching gears to the North Carolina Central Eagles, head coach LaVelle Moulton has his Eagle squad playing good basketball as well. 11-6 overall record. They're early in the one. Early home loss, surprising 1-point loss to Delaware State to open up MEAC play, but Coach Moten's team has come with back-to-back wins in the MEAC, and their senior, Patrick Cole, is leading the team in points, 18.8, rebounds, 7.1, and assists, 4.1. Leads the team in all three categories. Central has a senior and upperclassman-laden team, so I think that head coach Lavelle Moten, they're going to do good things in the MEAC. The thing that they need to do is when they get to the MEAC tournament, they got to win it, because you're not going to get an at-large bid out of the MEAC conference. If you want to make the NCAA tournament, if you're a North Carolina Central Eagle alumni or Eagle fan, you got to win that MEAC tournament. So Coach Moten, use those seniors wisely. I think you're a hell of a coach. I'm one of your biggest fans, and I think that you have the potential to have a great season in Durham. So Coach Moten, salute to you. Get those Eagles playing ball, and I think you're going to make a good run, a hell of a run for the MEAC championship. Now, I'm going to show a little love in the CIAA ranks locally around here. Now, I said before, I went to a CIAA school, Virginia State University, and right now, Virginia State, they're leading the Northern Division, 13-3 overall, 5-1 in conference play, and they just won the Freedom Classic. So congratulations to Virginia State University, but I digress. I'm going to, shed a little light on the Shaw Bears, 6-9 overall, 2-3 in the CIAA, led by head coach Joel Hopkins. He's in his fourth season back at Shaw. He was the head coach in Shaw back in 2002 when the Bears won the CIAA championship and made a run in the Division II tournament. Now, Shaw is led by senior guard Benji Bell, a Florida State transfer. Bell is second in the CIAA in scoring at 17.3 points per game. And right now, Shaw is just trying to find its way in the CIAA. Again, much like North Carolina Central, you're not going to get an at-large bid if you're Shaw for the Division II tournament, so you have to win the CIAA if you want to make that NCAA tournament in the Division II ranks. So Benji Bell, you are scoring right now at a great clip. Lead these Shaw Bears. And Joel Hopkins, I think that he can duplicate that success from the 2002 season and possibly lead Shaw to the NCAA tournament in the Division II ranks. And the other local team in the CIAA, the St. Augustine Falcons, 10-8 overall, 4-3 in the Southern Division. And right now, man, St. Aug's is actually leading the Southern Division with that 4-3 record. And St. Aug's has the fourth and fifth leading scorers in the CIAA. Quincy January, senior, 16.9 points per game, 9.4 rebounds. He actually leads the CIAA in rebounds and fourth in scoring. And senior guard Anthony Gaskins, 15.9 points per game for the St. Augustine Eagles. Head coach Marcus Johnson has those Eagles leading the Southern Division right now at 4-3. So it's a lot of great basketball being played right now locally in the Triangle, in the ACC, and in the CIAA, as well in the MEAC Conference. Teams that has work to do, the Duke Blue Devils, and definitely the NC State Wolfpack. You guys got work to do. Shaw, St. Aug's, keep grinding. North Carolina Central, keep doing what you do. And the UNC Tar Heels, man, they are the Tar Heels. Roy Williams, man, I got a lot of respect for you. A lot of Tar Heel fans rag on you, man. They say that you can't coach. I don't agree with that, because if they could coach, they would get off their arse and coach the Tar Heels. I don't see them doing that. So, Roy, don't pay attention to the namesayers. Keep doing what you do. Lead those Tar Heels, man. Great basketball being played locally in the Triangle area. Now, I'm going to end the show after this commercial break. I talked a little bit about the NC State Wolfpack and their loss to the Boston College team. And Mark Gottfried had some interesting comments after that Boston College loss. I'm going to talk about it in the segment that I like to call Bruh, for real. But first, we're going to take this commercial break. You're listening to the All Things Sport podcast on Spreaker Radio.
We're back with more of the All Things Sport podcast with Damian Banks and Pierre Banks on Spreaker Radio. Gentlemen, the floor is yours.
What's happening? Welcome back to the All Things Sport podcast. You are rocking with me, Damian Banks. And this show, I think it's my best show ever. I always say that, man. I always say that the episode that I'm doing is the best show ever, man. I hope that you agree. I thank you for rocking with me, man. Follow your boy on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Damien. Go to the website, banksboy.com. I can't reiterate that enough, man. Your support is greatly appreciated. So, this show, man, I've touched on boxing, the NBA, the NFL playoffs. I just finished talking about some ACC basketball, some Shaw University, Bears basketball, St. Aug's, CIAA action, and North Carolina Central University in the MEAC. Now, when I talked about the ACC basketball, I talked a little bit about UNC and Duke and also NC State. Now, as you know, I didn't go to NC State. I went to Virginia State University, but I digress. I am an NC State lifelong fan. And it pains me to see NC State, pretty much a mediocre to below mediocre team year in and year out. So our head coach now at NC State is Mark Gottfried. Mark Gottfried, man, I don't hate you. Hate is such a strong word, man. I don't hate you, man. But Mark Gottfried, man, your seat right now, it sits on the equator. Your seat is pretty much in fuego. It's on fire, bruh. I mean, listen. Granted, you have made the NCAA tournament several times since you've been at NC State. You've made 2 Sweet 16 runs. Kudos to you. But NC State needs more from you, Mark Gottfried.
Were you surprised at all how you guys responded after the way that you played in Chapel Hill to start tonight?
I wasn't surprised. I was proud of our guys. I'm proud of them tonight. I told our team we got better tonight, and we took a big step forward. Now, we don't have a win to show for it, and that hurts, and I feel bad for our players. But we took a step forward and did a lot of things better. I thought the biggest thing tonight was our turnovers, and it's hard to win on the road when you have 17 turnovers in a game like that. And defensively, I thought our guys played extremely hard, and we've got to get some more scoring out of our inside guys right now around the basket, putting too much pressure on our perimeter players to score too many points. But, whether it's, we just got careless with the ball. We made some lazy passes, and 17 turnovers that was the Achilles heel tonight. That was the difference.
You understand people won't interpret this as progress.
Mm-hmm. Don't care.
Yeah.
Don't care if you do. I don't really give a shit if anybody does. We got better tonight. We've played 4 games in the league. 3 of them been on the road. And this is a better Boston. Most people think Boston College is just, they're just not very good. But they're wrong. They beat Providence, beat Syracuse. They're a good team. So our team got better tonight. And, it's a long season.
Mark, bruh, for real? You don't give a shit? You think your team got better? Come on, bruh. How can you say that? How can you? Come on, man. I mean, are you serious? Boston College is a 500 team, man. You lost by 9 to a 500 team, and you got one of the best players in the ACC and Dennis Smith Jr. on your team. Supposedly, you're supposed to be good this year. I can't see it. I don't see it. Bruh, for real? Your team got better? You don't give a shit? Bruh, you want to get fired, don't you? I don't advocate for people losing their jobs, man. Again, I'm just a talking head. I have this small podcast, this humble podcast, but I got to speak my mind. And in my mind, I'm thinking, bruh, you are delusional. Not delusional, delusional. Like, come on, bruh. For real? You did not get better. You lost to a bad Boston College team. You just lost to a bad Georgia Tech team. Bruh, for real? You need to watch your back. You might turn around and I'm standing there, arms crossed, ready to steal off on you. Now, I don't advocate. No, actually, no. Let me take that back. Mark Gottfried, I apologize. I'm not going to steal off on you. I don't promote violence. But, bruh, for real, you have to look yourself in the mirror. A team reflects its head coach. And right now, if you look at the NC State Wolfpack, you would say that they are a bad team. So if the team reflects the coach, and if NC State is a bad team, then is their coach not bad? Bruh, for real? You can't come out after a loss to a Boston College team and say you don't give a shit. Come on, bruh. For real? Mark Gottfried, look yourself in the mirror, man. Time to do some soul searching. NC State Wolfpack basketball team, men's team. Do some soul searching. The women, Wes Moore, head coach of the women's team, they got it together. They're doing what they have to do. They're beating top-ranked teams on the women's side. Hey, guys, let's get it together. I'm done. Now, with that being said, man, I got to end the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I always enjoy recording the podcast, man. Again, before